Dr. Yoni Whitten here, and this week we're talking about how to regain lost strength in your wrists and hands. Let's get into this. I recently received a message from a member of this community, and I want to read it to you because I have a hunch that there'll be other people out there that can relate to this. I would like to know why it is that when you get older, it gets ridiculously and quite frustratingly impossible to open packages that are sealed in any way. It's like there's no longer any strength in your fingertips. Are there ways to regain this strength? I mean, if I had to, I'd really like to be able to fight my way out of a paper bag, laugh out loud. The answer to this is a resounding yes. You can regain lost strength in your hands and wrists, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do right now. One of the main contributors to a lot of hand and wrist problems and weakness as we get older is a chronic muscle imbalance that develops from an overabundance of what are called flexion-based activities. These are activities where you're gripping, grasping, and closing your hands. Now you do that for years or decades and you get a lot of shortening of the tissue on the underside of the hand and a corresponding weakness in the muscles that are responsible for opening the hand and extending the wrists. Step number one for regaining strength in your hands is to stimulate and wake up all the nerves in the area. And what I like to use for this is the Neuro ball from Neboso. Now you can see here, it's a blue rubberized ball, about the same size as a tennis ball, but it has this unique spiky surface. And those spikes actually give a little bit when you push on them. So they're not super hard, but they're firm enough. And they're great for stimulating the nerve endings in your hands. So what I like to do is rub it in between my palms, just using hand pressure, paying particular attention to this area, the muscular pad at the base of the thumb called the thenar eminence, and this area below the pinky called the hypothenar region. And then I also like to get into the webbing of the thumb here. So I'll go back and forth for about 45 or 60 seconds in all those areas and then run it all the way out to my fingertips. And what you'll see here after we do just a little bit of this is look at how flush the hand gets. See how red it is? So you're bringing a ton of circulation, waking up all that tissue and stimulating those nerve endings, getting it ready for the strength training that's going to come next. Step two in the process for building up or regaining lost strength in your hands involves strength training. But not just any old form of strength training. I'm talking strength training that allows you to train opposing muscle groups, the muscles on both sides of your hand at the exact same time so that you can bring that tissue back into balance and have strong, healthy, functional hands and wrists. And for that, I'm recommending an innovative product called the Resistance Flex Bar put out by a company called D-Moose. This one simple training tool gives you more options and allows you to train the muscles of your hands and wrists in more ways than multiple other pieces of equipment combined. It also takes up zero space. It's a fantastic tool. Where the resistance comes from, first, it's kind of a slick surface, but it does have these grooves to help you get a hold of it. But just holding on to it is part of the challenge. Then the resistance itself comes from the act of twisting it. So you see how those lines go into a spiral pattern? That's where it really starts to tighten up. Now, watch the muscles in my forearm as I go through the first exercise that I'm going to show you, which is an alternating, one hand is going into extension, moving the knuckles towards me. The other is going into flexion, moving the knuckles away from me. And I'm getting that twist, and I'm trying to hold that bar in place as I do it. As those muscles fatigue, I would reverse it immediately. This hand now goes away, this hand comes towards, just like that. Working and holding on. Those muscles fatigue out pretty quick, and once they're done, they're done. The next motion that I use, besides that alternating grip motion, is a can opening type motion where I'll hold the bar in place with one hand and I'll grab the top with the other hand as if I'm trying to twist the top off of a jar. Just like that. You can see there, really trying to twist it up. And then as that fatigues out, I would go the opposite direction and roll it away from me. Again, working balance between the muscle groups. And then I would switch over to the other side and do the exact same thing, twisting the top until the muscles fatigue, and then twisting back. The Resistance Flex Bars from D-Moose can be purchased individually, or if you're like me and you're not sure exactly what resistance level you're going to be using and you want the ability to work up to the next level of resistance, they also come in this handy set with all 4 resistance levels in one convenient package. Make sure to work your way up slowly when you're using this routine. The neuro ball stimulation can be done every single day, no problem. But the strength training, that's another story. These are small muscles and tendons that may have never done the motions that you're asking them to do before, at least not with regularity. So make sure to stop when you hit fatigue and give rest days in between your training sessions and limit the training to 2 to 4 days per week. If you'd like to pick up the Neuro Ball from Naboso or the D-Moose Resistance Flex Bars, I'm going to include links for both in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you'll put the information to good use. Make sure to like, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on the new videos that come out every single week. That's all for now.